Okay, so this is our final video on the chi-square test in general, and then we'll be talking about the chi-square test of homogeneity, and then solving a practical exam. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section, and then I'll attend to it as quickly as possible. And also, you have to hit the like and subscribe button so that immediately another video drops, you'll be the first person to know. Okay, let's jump into it. So in our previous lesson, remember we spoke about the chi-square test of goodness of fit, the chi-square test of independence, and the chi-square test of homogeneity. And then we said that if we want to run the chi-square test of goodness of fit, then the condition that you have to satisfy is that you have to run it between one variable versus a theory. We solved some practical examples in our previous lesson. You can go and check it out. Also, we spoke about the chi-square test of independence. And we said that the condition that has to be met is that you have to do a comparison between two categorical variables in one group. And we solved an example in our previous lesson. You can go and check it out. And finally, we are talking about the chi-square test of homogeneity. And the condition that has to be satisfied for that is that you test for one variable across multiple groups. Good. So let's solve an example. Assuming we wanted to test whether, let's say, a variable like gender has any association between hall of affiliation. Maybe you want to know if there's any significance relationship between gender and hall of affiliation. Or to put it in another context, maybe you want to know if a specific gender prefers a specific hall. You want to know if there's any association between gender and hall affiliation. We can run a chi-square test of homogeneity in order to determine the significant value of the distribution, and that will help us answer the question if there's any significance or association between gender and then hall affiliation. So the question now becomes, how do we do that? How do we do that? It's very simple, very easy. In order to do that, it's just like our previous lesson where we talked about how to run for chi-square test of independence. Just that in this situation, we are using it to answer a different question. So in our chi-square of independence, we're testing between gender and then own a car, whether the specific gender is associated to owning a car. And now we are testing gender and then hall affiliation. So in order to do that, we come to analyze. From analyze, we move to descriptive statistics. From descriptive statistics, we go to crosstabs. And then once we are at crosstabs, we can hit the crosstabs and then our pop-up window will appear. Now from this window, then we reset everything. We are going to move gender into the rows and then hall of affiliation into the columns. Once we do this, please remember to go to exact and make sure asymptomatic only is ticked. Once asymptomatic only is ticked, you click continue, then come to statistics. Then you make sure that chi-square is ticked. Chi-square is ticked. Once chi-square is ticked, then you come to continue. Very simple, very easy. Immediately you are done with that, you can click OK. And then chi-square is going to run its own analysis and then give you the output data. So this is the output data for cross tabulation between gender and then hall affiliation. Gender and hall affiliation. So this right here is the case processing summary where we have the number of valid cases with the percentages, and then the number of missing cases with the percentages, and then the total number of cases in the distribution. Then from here we have the cross tabulation between gender and hall of affiliation, and then here we have our chi-square test statistics. Good. So let's interpret the output data. Now, when we come to our cross tabulation, we can see that in Independence Hall, we had 12 males and then 12 females. In Queen's Hall, we had 10 males and 24 females. Republic Hall saw 11 observations and 14 observations for male and female respectively. Unity Hall saw 39 males and 24 females, whilst University Hall saw 17 males and 9 females. And this is the total count for each of the distribution. Brilliant. Now, from this table, we can see that the total number of males in the distribution is 89. The total number of females in the distribution is 83. The total population is 172. The total number of people in this hall is 24. Total number of people in Queen's Hall is 34. Republic Hall has 25. Unity Hall has 63, and University Hall has 26 individuals. Good. Now, let's come to our chi-square statistic test. Now, in our chi-square test, we can see that the chi-square value is 11.963. The degree of freedom is 4. Our p-value recorded is 0.018. 0.018. So from here, if we should compare p-value to the standard, which is 0.05, we can see that our p-value is what is actually less than 0.05. It's less than 0.05, and hence we can conclude that from this example there is a significant association between gender and hall of affiliation. There's a significant association between gender and hall affiliation. So it means that the likelihood of males going to a particular hall significantly differs from the likelihood of a female going to another hall. So this is a simple cross tabulation where chi-square test of homogeneity was able to help us determine the association between gender and hall of affiliation. Very simple, very easy. So this brings us to the end of our lesson on chi-square test. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.